And so it is March, a month of great hope and expectation. Speaking from my own experience and where we live, once we flip the calendar past February, my intention to embrace winter suddenly turns to impatience, as if it's supposed to be instant spring. But no, the trees are as bare as ever, and it can be cold, so cold. There's nothing like that spring cold to seep into your bones, to enhance that craving for warmth. I'm kind of a homebody and don't generally long to stray, but this is the month when a sunny beach somewhere calls my name. But I won't leave. I'll stick around. I'll take the daffodils coming out of the mud, the wind whipping out the forsythia and the star magnolia, the greening up, the rain, and perhaps snow. All of this leading up to the moment when we can stop waiting for spring because it is actually here, whatever it happens to be doing. March is both sweet and dramatic. We love her, but she's unpredictable. Despite the weather ups and downs, it is a month of celebrating the return of life. As we watch green shoots emerging from the earth and climbing towards the light every day, we're reminded of the story of Demeter and Persephone. Do you know that story? In case you don't, or even if you do, I'll tell it. The ancient Greeks explained the coming of winter through the story of Demeter, the goddess of the earth and fertility, and her daughter Persephone. All of humanity was dependent on Demeter for survival. She had the power to make things grow and presided over the crops that fed the world, so her pleasure or displeasure determined the experience of abundance or famine. Demeter's daughter Persephone was an innocent maiden and her mother's joy. One day, while she was out gathering flowers in the meadow, the ground suddenly opened up, and Hades, the god of the underworld, appeared in a horse-drawn carriage to capture Persephone and carry her off to his domain of darkness. Demeter heard her cry and began a desperate search for her missing daughter. She roamed the earth in grief and desperation, creating a blight on the land and refusing to allow anything to grow. The longer she wandered without finding her daughter, the longer the ground remained barren. Zeus, the king of the gods, realized that the whole of humankind was in danger of extinction. Knowing that Hades would not let Persephone return to her mother on his own, he intervened, insisting that he release her for the greater good. Hades relented, but only partially. Persephone was his bride, and while with him in the underworld, she had eaten 6 pomegranate seeds. He would let her go back to her mother, but she must return to him for 6 months of the year, 1 month for each of the seeds she had consumed. So it was agreed. When Persephone left the underworld to be reunited with Demeter, her mother's joy brought fertility back to the land, allowing things to grow and life on earth to flourish for 6 months. Yet as the time grew near for her descent to the land of Hades, everything began to die back, and while she was away in the darkness, the earth lay fallow. Her descent into the underworld was winter, a time of darkness and dormancy. This is how the ancient Greeks explained the seasons. With Persephone's return to the earth's surface, Demeter's grief is lifted, spring returns, and with it, the promise of an abundant season of growth.
That's the end of the free preview for this episode. If you would like to hear the rest, you can go to ladyfarmer.substack.com to become a paying subscriber and get all of the monthly installments of the Slow Living Through the Seasons series from Mary. There's also a link in the show notes that will take you straight there. We'll see you back here every Friday for full interview episodes of the Good Dirt podcast.